Schedules, ID badges, color-coded t-shirts. People have been lining up at this union headquarters in Dartmouth for the past 2 weeks, collecting their volunteer kits for the 2023 North American Indigenous Games.
So your kits that you get are based on what you're doing. So medical, for example, would have red t-shirts so that they're easily identifiable. If someone is a francophone, they get a specific color buff so that if anybody else is a francophone needs help, they may wish to speak to a French-speaking volunteer.
There are close to 3,000 volunteers working to make this year's games a reality, putting in 100,000 hours. Some are flying in this week from out of province to volunteer, but many live right here in Nova Scotia. In Millbrook First Nation, the Confederacy of the Mainland Mi'kmaq is giving its 140 employees the week off to volunteer and take in the games.
It's like once in a lifetime, like you need to go out and experience what's happening right now in Halifax. They need volunteers. I've seen how the games run, and if it's not for the volunteers, it's not going to happen. So here we are giving back to our community by saying, volunteer, be part of it.
Some volunteers started working behind the scenes on the games months ago. After background checks and orientation, they also had to complete cultural awareness training sessions, learning about Mi'kmaq traditions, language, and how to be an ally to Indigenous people.
Instructors were amazing, and they talked about their own experience being Indigenous, and they told us, the differences between the different cultures and how they, what things need to be respected. And it was just very, very good, eye-opening and very, very interesting.
After picking up their kits, volunteers signed their names on one of 3 canvases, painted with Mi'kmaq hieroglyphics. They'll be gifted to each of the 3 venues that opened their doors to be volunteer drop-in sites. On the other side of the harbour, more volunteers are working to transform the Halifax Common into the cultural village. It's going to host cultural demonstrations, musical performances, and have Indigenous vendors from across Turtle Island.
I'm really excited to see all the cultural demonstrations. Like the drumming and the dancing is incredible, and the singing is just beautiful. Especially when you see little kids doing it, it just brings a tear to your eye. They're being able to actually learn their culture and express their culture and their traditions is amazing. It's amazing, and I'm so excited that people will get to experience this.
The Cultural Village opens on Saturday and is free for everyone to attend. Brooklyn Curry, CBC News, Halifax, Kjipuktuk.